Hi, guys. It's Candace Dillard Bassett from The Real Housewives of Potomac, and you're watching The Reality Rundown.
How you doing, Miss Amores? This is Cynthia Lee Fontaine, all the way from RuPaul Drag Race, The Crazy Cuckoo, and you are watching The Reality Rundown.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of The Talk.
Oh yes. Oh my god. This is like the end all be all. Like, ladies, we have made it. We have
made it to the end.
Wow, like my life is no longer the same after this. I think a lot of these bitches' lives are not going to be the same after this.
Absolutely. Hold on. Okay. So right before we get into anything, we also wanted to discuss, because last week we ended up going to the RuPaul's Drag Race Work the World tour in Radio City Music Hall, and we have thoughts. We wanted to kind of like recap the experience here on the podcast. Any thoughts?
So, first things first, I was super excited for this because, like, we went for my birthday. It was like on my birthday, and a lot of the queens who were supposed to be present and the ones who were lined up, all great queens, all have extensive, great repertoire in the Drag Race world. So I was excited, and I think I left there still excited, and I love drag. I think it was still a great experience, but I feel like they need to do a bit better in the promotion of their event and have like an updated list of girls who are going to attend. Because like the Las Vegas show, if you ever go and look for tickets, every show will tell you which queens are going to be there, and it varies depending on when you are going to go see them. It always changes. Right. They always update it, and even the flyer itself has different queens depending on where you go to click it. So we were expecting to see Willow Pill. We were expecting to see Lady Camden. We were expecting to, who else didn't go? Kim Chi was even on it. Not that I would like care for Kim Chi, but like Kim Chi was on it. Naomi
Smalls.
So all those queens, we were really looking forward to them, and they were substituted for other queens.
Now that you mention it, I was really, really looking forward to Naomi Smalls.
Me too. I was ready to see her legs. Like, I was like really excited to see Lady Camden. So not seeing her, it was like just kind of annoying and unfortunate, but whatever. It was still a great show. I think they made up for it. So we got to see Aquaria.
Who would you say was your favorite performance of the night?
Aquaria.
No, Aquaria. I want everybody to know that Aquaria came onto that stage like she just won All Stars All Winners.
Yes.
That's how she literally came onto that stage. Oh my God. What a performance.
That was literally insane. That took me by, like, I was not expecting, because people were saying, oh, she's going to be here. And also, it was kind of a giveaway because, we were looking at the merch and you could order the merch online, and we saw the merch online and we saw that they were selling Aquaria merch. And we're like, okay, like, this is interesting. Is Aquaria going to be here? Is she going to be here? Then somebody in front of us was like, yeah, spoiler alert, she is. But I was still kind of on the fence. But then when this bitch came out, when I tell you guys, literally all that the curtains were down, all she had was a spotlight on her. She was every other performance had queens, like not queens, dancers, background dancers, and like theatrics and everything, outfit changes. All this bitch had was her, curtain down, spotlight on her, rocked it.
Ate
the fucking show. And then towards the end of it, she brought the Rockettes out, so it was like even like amazing.
Iconic. Like, they literally brought the Rockettes out to basically do a grand gesture to Aquaria.
Like, you're in New York. Like that, and that's what my thing too that I like too is that they noticed, like, we're in New York. Not only that, Radio City Music Hall.
Yeah, like, let's bring someone that is legendary from New York City.
Exactly.
And I think that Aquaria was definitely the best choice, and she delivered.
Oh, she delivered, and she knew it too. She was like, "I'm in New York, baby, and y'all love me," and we ate her up. But aside from her, because I feel like
standing ovation, by the way.
Standing ovation, the only queen to get a standing ovation. The only queen to get a standing ovation. By like the full audience. There were queens who still got, their people who stand up for her, but she was the only one to get the whole crowd at the end of her set to like go crazy for her. So amazing. But other than her, Angeria's number was amazing. That bitch was twirling in the sky.
Angeria was amazing.
Literally Diana Ross in front of us. It was insane. So I would say those two are my favorite. Honorable mention, Diabetes. Oh no. No, thank you. No, ma'am.
Está bien, mira, papá. Mire, le dejé. No te pagas el plan, yo lo tío.
¿Qué día te llama?
El 27.
El 27.
Ajá.
Ah, igual sí voy a llamar.
Hoy día que mamá, no sé cómo te llaman.
Sí, yo voy a llamar.
You can continue.
All I hear is like your the little dogs and it's like
No. Guys, that ticketing sound, it's literally the dog that I live with now. Yes, I live with a dog. This is my new reality.
Salgado, welcome home, baby. Welcome to the white refrigerator.
Yay!
But yeah, it was a great experience. I am planning to do a full review on Reddit because the girls love it there. But also overall, I'd give it a good 8. I would give it an 8.
Who was your? So my favorite performance was also Aquaria and Angeria for sure, and honorable mention Jada's. I really love Jada's.
Yeah, Diabetes did really good too.
Diabetes did really good. I'm
very
not even gonna lie,
surprised.
Diabetes did really good. Who would you say was your least favorite performance?
I understand why Asia O'Hara is the host because her number was horrible, but she was a great host, so she needs to stick it to that. Vanjie let me down. I felt like she was. I don't know what
She was in her head.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
She looked gorgeous though. She really looked gorgeous.
But she was just weird and fuck Laganja. Like Laganja choke. Like you're gross, I hate you, and you lost a fan. Like they always say, never meet your heroes, and this was one moment where you should not meet your heroes. Like she's horrible.
So for background, after the show was over, we were, how any other show, either Broadway, Radio City, they always have the stage exit where basically the cast of the shows come out and you can get to snap pictures. They're not mandated to talk to you, but that's basically the space where the entire audience is like just lingering around waiting for the cast to come out and ask for selfies, ask for an autograph, whatever.
Right.
We were outside waiting for the girls to come out, and one thing about Voss is that they're disgusting, and another thing is that I did not see not one black person working at that Voss event. So just
like
FYI,
as a event coordinator,
right. Oh no, the bartenders, those were not Voss. That was Radio City, and and I could tell if you were a Radio City person or a Voss person. But everybody around the Queens was white, which is like problematic to me because it's like I don't trust white people.
No.
Anyways, so then we're waiting. Laganja comes out very like fast,
angry, and just first of all she throws she has like 2 luggage on like wheelers, so she just like drops it off and it's like slowly rolling towards us, and she like is not even looking at it.
Like she literally pushes them away.
She's
and
I'm like
she comes out angry as hell, walking fast as hell, and we're like, Laganja, we love you, Laganja.
Because at first too, because it was weird because she didn't even acknowledge us, right? So we're there trying to look at this bitch in a red hat, like, who is this? And someone mentioned
that's the Laganja.
That's Laganja. I'm like, there's no way that's Laganja. Like Laganja, like why she?
And
then
I screamed.
First of all, her chin, her third fucking, she had like 3 chins. That bitch's neck is huge as fat, like looking like a whole turkey. She looked crazy. Then we're like.
Lord.
Then you said, "Oh, that's Laganja." I'm like, "No way." So then we're like, "Laganja, we love you." She's like, "Like, let me be with my friends right now. Let me just see my friends, okay?"
No, that was even before. Before when I said Laganja, we love you, she literally ignored us, walked towards her friends, took out a cigarette and started smoking a cigarette, and that's when she also pushed the bags that almost hit us, low key. Then, then. While she's there, whatever, just chatting, I said to her, Laganja, we love you. Can I get a selfie? She literally looks back at me and says, can I please talk to my friends? When I'm done with my friends, I'll come over.
Literally, it's like, baby, I'm just with my friends. Okay, when I'm done with my friends, I'll go over there after. And we're like,
okay, man, nasty though. Like, so man, nasty.
Like, and we're just like, oh, okay.
But I also know that in the moment she's lying to me because I see her ordering an Uber on her phone.
Right.
So it's like, what is going on? So they're chatting.
And I also like,
and
I feel like I need to emphasize that they need to understand, like, there was barricades, I guess you can call it. We were right on those little gates, like as if there was a parade
right,
going on outside. We're right there, and when I tell you that this
like we
girl
weren't
is
on
like,
top of her.
right, we're away from her. One, two, she's like 5 steps from us. Like we can see her. Like, and it's not just like only us two. There's a group, like a good
It's a
like
group of
15
people,
people, like there who are looking for
right?
these queens and want to see them.
Fans waiting.
And she is just like, and it's just the fact that she acknowledged us, but in a way was a super dismissive one. And then
And
she's like,
disgusting.
and disgusting. She's like, let me just talk to my friends. And like, she's talking to her friends, like the whole, I'm telling you, we were there for almost an hour. She was there for like maybe 30 of it while we were waiting for the other queens. And she's literally talking to her friends. More of her friends come and she's cackling. And it's not even like, I understand if she's having a bad day or whatever, but it didn't seem like it because she was cackling with her friends. And even if she didn't want to speak to fans, I think you could just be like, thank you guys all so much for coming out. I'm super exhausted. Like, I'm just going to order my Uber. I really do. Like, something
And
like
I'm
that. Like,
out.
that's how you do. That's what celebrity, like, that's what you should be doing. Not being rude. Like,
Right.
people who actually came out here. And even though you went on the floor, we were still eating you up. Like, she came on the floor. And when I tell you that me and us, like, went crazy. Other people on the floor went crazy. Like, we were eating her up. So
Right.
even though people weren't literally here for you, we still do appreciate you. So I don't know what it was. It was just weird energy, weird vibes, and she was just gross and mean. And I never want to see that bitch again. And I'm not supporting her. I don't follow her on everything. I mentioned her on Twitter and I DM'd her like, you're mean, you're gross, like you're rude. So that's that.
I also want I also want to add that some will say like, you never know what's going on in someone else's life and you never know what could have happened. And true, we don't know what could have happened
Right.
backstage, which had resulted her into coming out of the theater so angry. But at the end of the day, when you are at a show and you are a performer and you know that there's this aspect of fans are going to be lingering around, this is not your first show.
Right.
It's not about you having to take pictures with us or having to talk to us, but it's more about saying, hey guys, I'm not feeling too well right now. Like, I love you guys so much, but like I could really appreciate it if I could just leave. Like
Literally.
it's about being nice. It's about
Right.
being a human being, not treating us
Yeah.
like garbage after we paid our
Yeah.
money. And
And
that's
and that's what I'm saying too. Like a lot of, and you don't, on the reverse end too, you don't know what people have, the situation people have on our end, right? People who went to the show, found the money, the means to go, who are out here waiting for you
to
because they
support
really
you.
support you, who look up to you, people who really love you, and then that's like what they're gonna receive, like
Right.
you just never know. So I don't know. I just feel like it was a little bit of a poor experience, like in regards to that end of things. But aside from her, back to Voss. So we went to the other. They kept saying like, yeah, they're gonna come out or they're gonna come out on this. They literally were not even letting us know whether they're gonna come out or not, where they were gonna come out
Right.
of, and like literally just pushing us away and like giving
And the
us side
only
eye.
reason why we lingered was because one of the people that were working said the queens come out of that way.
Right.
So we went over there because he said the queens come out through that way. So why not wait? And it wasn't also just us. It was a bunch of other people
Right. It was like
that
good
were
15,
there
20 people.
waiting, literally all fans from the show.
It was ridiculous, but whatever. So then so we're on one side of it. Shit is just weird, but we're waiting. We're tired. It's exhausting. Then we see Diabetes come out, and Diabetes is like in like the middle of like the road. It was like a weird setup. So then we see her walking the opposite way. So we didn't know whether he was gonna walk our way where we were or the other way. So my friend sent me to go to the other side to see like, okay, what's happening over there. So then slowly but surely Diabetes started walking my way. So then everybody goes.
But
to the
before
other
that,
side.
we yelled at Diabetes. We said, Diabetes. She turned around and she waved at us. At that moment, I knew, like you had
Right,
mentioned,
right.
it had to be something with Voss
Yeah.
where like Voss doesn't allow them to like talk to fans or anything
Yeah.
like that. Which to me is like, I can understand if you're trying to keep the integrity of your meet and greets or whatever because other fans pay for this. But if there is not, I didn't see a meet and greet for this.
Right.
For this, when did it happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
When did
I
it
think there
happen?
were, but I don't know. Some people said that they had it. I really don't know. Nor do I care because I don't give a fuck. Meet or greet or
I
not.
don't know. Queens, you need to have more. You need to have more authority over your fandom.
Yeah.
You cannot let a production company be who tell you how you should interact with your
I'm
fans.
about to go off on
Because
those events. Like
they can tell you whatever it is that they can tell you, but without us, you're not selling any show. And when you're not selling a show, they're gonna drop you from their client list. So it's like, why are you letting this production company that literally doesn't give a fuck and also is all run by white gay men? Let's talk about it.
literally all white gay men.
Literally, like
I'm so angry. I'm
I
like
did
gonna
not
go
see
off
one
on the
person of
comments.
color.
It's just bad. It's just uncomfortable because then we saw Diabetes and Georges, and we were literally like right in front of them, but they couldn't even like look at us, acknowledge us. Like their
They were
managers
like
were telling
rushing
them,
them, like, let's go, let's go, let's
yup.
go.
And then they didn't know where to go. The Uber wasn't there yet, so then they pushed them back inside. When we literally see that they're right there, and also like, and then I got mad because like, yes, there's an obsession with Drag Race. I love Drag Race. Like I'm a fan of Drag Race. But these bitches are not Madonna, they're not Beyonce, they're not like these crazy A-list celebrities.
Right.
So don't sit there and like make this whole spectacle as if like we're literally Gugu got like it made me feel like okay, maybe I'm bugging because these bitches like I love
just
them
tell us,
and I
like,
want to
the
support them, but you're right. It was
the boss people
weird.
were right in front of us. If you know they're not gonna take pictures with the fans, why make the fans wait there, thinking that something is gonna happen when you're just making us linger, and then you're gonna rush them into a car and send them away?
Right.
Tell us, guys, they're not taking pictures with fans. You have to buy a meet and greet ticket. That's all you needed to say. You're right in front of us. Just literally. Right. I want people to understand that they were literally right in front of us, like
right in
probably
front of
like
us.
Less than 10
and then
seconds
Asia O'Hara passed by us and she couldn't even look at us or say hi. But it's because of that. Like I've read a lot that Voss events are very much like you cannot interact with fans unless they have paid for meet and greet, and like it's like all in their contract. Then if you go against the contract, they'll cut you. It's like really crazy stuff, which I think it's crazy that of course it's white people, white gay males who are all here like monetizing on these queens, and these queens can't even like sit there and enjoy their fucking fandom and feel like what? If I was on them, like fuck this fucking contract. I can't even sit there and wave at a fan. I can't wave at a fucking fan. Are you serious? Like what? Or I'll pull like a Trinity, create a She Devil by Night account and literally spill everything on Reddit and let them know the tea on Voss events, because this is crazy that you can't even sit there and say hi to your fans. You can't even sit there and sign a couple of things. What if you don't know if I'm giving away money for fucking selfies? I don't give a fuck to give a $10, $20 to a queen for a fucking selfie or something. I really don't care. Like I literally just.
And it's not like we were. This wasn't the all winners cast, okay? Like
literally,
calm
literally. And I'm like, and the reason why I do it is because I want these queens to know, like, y'all are valued. Y'all have been on Drag Race. A lot of queens don't get the opportunity to sit there and travel the world, and it sucks that you're doing it with Voss. But still, nonetheless, like you're supported, you're seen. I want them to feel like that, especially the newer queens who just did it, and also like just everybody who goes on Drag Race, because I feel like sometimes queens can get overlooked and Drag Race can really fuck up people's trajectory. So I wanted them to know, like, y'all did great. Y'all are doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. And there's fans out there, you know?
Right.
But whatever. That was that. Aside from that, it was a good 9 out of 10 experience. I would do it again. And maybe get the fucking meet and greet ticket if that's what the fuck I need to get to see some of these hoes.
It was just not a good taste on my mouth, but
it didn't end with a good taste, yeah.
It didn't end on a good taste. Moving on though. Let's get into All-Star 7 finale, the All Winners season. It's finally over, and we have a queen of all queens. And we also have a queen of she already had hers, sis.
Bitch. First of all.
So let's just talk about the finale. And I don't want to even take it like, because I feel like by now everybody knows who it is. So I don't even want to like go step by step, but it's more like overall thoughts, talk freely. What do you think about the winner? Of course, we know Jinx Monsoon won All-Star 7 and was crowned Queen of all queens. Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. I will say that it made sense, yes. And for the first time, I think Drag Race crowned a queen that made sense, because they always like their fucking twist. They always like to crown a bitch who like the world didn't see it coming, but this one we saw it coming from the gap. We knew that she was a front runner and she got it. I will say that what Drag Race needs to then do is then make it a new rule then, where it's like, because this was the first time in Drag Race history that he said in the finale when he was about to crown the person that based on your trajectory, pretty much.
Today's listings and your work during the season.
Yes.
That he was going basically to make his decision of everything that you've done during the season, and of course the lip sync, Lollapalooza, whatever it was called.
Yeah, so based on the lip sync and your trajectory, I'm like, okay, so if that was the case, then I get it, but then do that all across the board because they did that.
But why though? I don't understand why.
Because if that's
the
it should be like across the board because then Willow Poe wouldn't have been crowned. It would have been somebody else. It should have been Lady
But
Gamma.
that's a different competition.
But the thing is, the standard should be the same though. That's what
But
it's
it's not.
about.
But
It's
even,
what frustrates me though. What frustrates me is that you're tweaking it, and this is what gets me mad is that they tweak it. Like production is producing, and that's what gets me mad because they say that because they knew that they wanted to crown Jinx Monsoon. I really don't understand. Like, I guess she's a great queen, but I don't understand why they had to like so forcibly like do certain things to make it seem like she was like.
But at the
I
same
don't get it.
time,
Wait, let me get my
at
point
the-
across.
okay.
Let me talk. What I don't appreciate is that they did all these like little things to make it seem like other queens are not as good or like I don't know. It frustrates me that during the regular thing, it's all like, well, you never know. We'll fucking just crown anybody. Fuck it. The trajectory doesn't count. The point system, who gives a shit? But now that it's like, I get it, it's Queens of Queens, but then does the lip sync no longer hold space when you're already a queen? Like, is that above you now? Like, then what does that say about other queens who actually like it? Just the weight that lip syncs have, I think, are going to change moving forward because clearly, like now we know it doesn't matter about the lip sync whether who kills it or not. It's just about whether you got the star quality or not. That's what it's giving me. But again, I'm not mad at Jinx 1. But I think based off the OG rules that we usually go by, like if it was literally lip sync for your life, I think that Monet lip sync for her life and she did really good. So I would have crowned her. But I don't think that she deserved it. Well, she did deserve this crown, but it's not as much as Jinx Monsoon. So
Okay, can I
that's
talk?
my take on that.
Are you done? Okay. So even no matter what, whether it wasn't an all winner season or not, the All Stars rules are different than Drag Race rules. Literally, that's why he always says All Stars rules are in effect. The girls eliminate each other, and he doesn't really take a position into who's gonna stay, who's gonna go home. He usually just picks the top or bottom. And at the end of the season, there's a lot of All Star seasons that have been done differently. When Trixie was crowned, the girls, the eliminated girls voted on who was the winner. Last season, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. So it's like it cannot be across the board because every competition is different. So I wasn't surprised that they said something different this time because every competition is different. Drag Race, the regular franchise should stay the same, of course. But All Stars, that's what makes All Stars different. That the rules change all the time and that the format should change all the time. So that thing of it needs to be the same across the board does not apply. You need to get it in your head that it's two different competitions and it is what it is. Did Monet eat that lip sync? Yes, she did. Monet really did eat that lip sync. And I can also say that production went really hard into making it seem like it was an equal performance, but you could tell that Monet ate that lip sync. However, as soon as RuPaul said that it was going to be the trajectory of the season and the lip sync,
I know.
When you put that on top, Jinx had a better trajectory, which with a semi okay lip sync, I feel like just put her right. Like Jinx did not win by a landslide. Jinx won by the skin of her teeth. It was really between Monet and Jinx, but because Jinx had a better trajectory in the season, Jinx won.
And
I
don't think that it's not fair. Again, I do know that she deserved to win. Like,
but even online, I saw like a lot of criticism, like Monet ate that, Monet ate that, Monet ate that, and I'm just like, we all agree that Monet ate that, but did y'all not hear when they said it was trajectory and the lip sync? So why y'all still thinking that Monet should have been the winner when Jinx carried more the entire season? Like, period. So it's like, I get it, Monet ate that lip sync, but if he would have just said based on the lip sync, Jinx, then I would have been like, no, Monet ate that and Monet was robbed. But Monet wasn't robbed. Monet got the spot that she deserved, which was
I don't think that Monet was robbed. I would have preferred her to win, but I'm not like, again.
What do you think though? This I didn't agree with, but what do you think of Raja winning?
Oh, that was ridiculous. See, that's what got me mad because I'm like, how
that was more clear than like Evie ate that.
She ate it. That was iconic. That was so iconic, and they couldn't even.
So
They
we had a
couldn't
watch
even
party.
try, yo.
We had a watch party that it was like all of our friends that watched Drag Race and we were watching it together. And literally we were like, yep, Evie's getting it. Evie's getting it. Evie's getting it. That when Evie didn't get it, I was like, oh my God.
That's what gets me mad though, is that they're doing shit that's like, you guys are trying so hard. I get it. You want the older queens, you want to give them their flowers, whatever. I fucking get it. But sometimes you have to be right by your decisions too. You can't just fucking sit there and say fuck you to some of the drag that these bitches are doing and some of the performances that they're giving just because you want them to win. Like, you can't do that. And this was a
At the
case right
same time,
there.
though,
No,
at the
there's no
same time,
justification as to
though,
why Raja won that. There's no justification.
no, there isn't a justification because at the end of the day, I don't think that he mentioned the same thing he mentioned with Jinx and Monet when Evie and Raja were going to be decided. I think that was basically a decision of the lip sync. So Evie should have won. But also, like, for any drag queens that are listening to this, do not wait until the last lip sync to bring all of your horns. Like,
Right.
you should be giving in the competition the entire time to be memorable in front of RuPaul.
Right.
So that when it comes to a lip sync where it's with another strong queen that has been giving the entire competition, you can still stand a chance. I think that even though he didn't mention it, I think that Evie's performance this season kind of like made him not give her that crown because Raja kind of ate and Evie only earned like one of her stars, if I'm not mistaken. How many stars did she actually earn? Like,
She earned, one of them.
So it's like, I don't know.
But I feel like if the point of that specific little side gig that they were doing was to be like, you already didn't had hers, like you're a lip sync queen, like go off, bitches. That was the point of that. That's what the crown.
Right.
But I don't know. RuPaul does what he fucking wants, and nonetheless, he gave it to Raja and Jinx, and our old queens reign superior.
The
And
OGs.
the OGs, But I don't know if they're. I think the next all winners season, if they ever have it again, is gonna be heavily consisted of queens who are not from the US and queens who are younger. I don't think the older queens are fucking with like how this shit went down. Like, I don't think Bob's not gonna do it. Aquaria is not gonna do it. I don't see who else won. Like BB Sahara might do it because she's down that location.
But BB already lost the competition.
I know, but yeah, that'll be
what crown
weird.
is you gonna defend? You're gonna lose twice. What
Yeah.
crown is what? I didn't. You don't even have the crown anymore.
The only person who I think will come is Violet Chachki to shut everybody up. I think she would come. I see Simone probably will come again, I think.
But I feel like some queens are very like,
who else is there?
they wanna have a say in who the cast is. And it's like if you a poppin' queen, you need to pop up whoever. I think like all these queens that were in this cast,
Who won season
like
9?
we're very like, we're here, we're gonna turn this shit out and we're going to give it what it gives, no matter who is in the room. But I feel like moving forward for the next all winner season is definitely gonna be a thing where it's like, well, if she's in it, I'm not doing it. Or, oh, she's in it, I'm definitely not doing it because I know I'm gonna lose. Like, like, don't be scared. Don't be scared going to that shit blindly.
I guess. I don't know. I just feel like there's no queens from the US who are gonna do it other than Violet Chachki and Simone. Everybody else won't do it. Like, season 1 winner. What's her fucking name? BB Sahara. She might want to do it, but I think it'll be weird and dumb. But
we don't even need to go through all of them.
See, who's won season 2? Season 2 is blacklisted. Tyra,
right?
Not gonna come, which would be iconic. Season 3, you got fucking Sharon Needles, who's blacklisted as well. They would not bring her out. Season 4 is who the fuck was season 4? Raja winner? Oh no, season 3 was Raja. Season 4 was Sharon Needles. Season 5 was Jinx. She already did it. Season 6 is Bob. He's not gonna do it. Oh no, Bob. Yeah, Bob won't do it because of the Monet. He said like, no. Season 5 was fucking this bitch Bianca Del Rio. She won't do it though. She will not do it. I know she
barely won her competition.
Bianca, she ate.
No
she
shade,
won.
no shade, no shade.
She
no
ate
shade.
her. She ate.
No shade.
She was gonna be the only person to win. Like her competition was bad. She had horrible competition. No one was gonna win against her. But if she was against like other people, I don't know. So maybe I don't think she's gonna come back. Then it was Bob. He said he's not gonna do it. Then it was what the fuck is her name? Violet Chachki, who rumor has it she said that she's down. Then Sasha Velour, who said that she's not gonna do it. Who else is there? Everybody else would just want to do it.
I mean, I wouldn't do it either.
After this season, I wouldn't. After our season, I wouldn't.
Right after this season, I feel like, and also like I feel like the only time that they will do this again is like in 5 years. Like you need to let some time pass. We cannot have another winners like this soon. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it's like let Jinx reign supreme for at least 3 years, chat. Like
Yeah, no, they just won't. They just literally everybody. I'm looking at it now. Like everybody else, just they will not win. They just won't. They won't do it. They would not do it. Yep. The only person here is Violet Chachki. Everybody else won't. Everybody else hates this shit.
what do
Aquarius
you
not with it.
think? What do you think? Like just overall thoughts of season 7 All Stars?
I loved it. I want more seasons to be like this. Who like? I think they need to figure what I don't know. I need more of all winter seasons and be more a little bit more inclusive with like other girls from outside of the US. Because there's so much talent out there, one, and two, like I want this more of this format where the girls have the opportunity to really show their drag and show who they are and introduce themselves to the universe. So I think this platform is great for queens who are like the Vivian. She got so much exposure. People are who didn't really know her now know her and will follow up with her, and she probably expanded her, fan base. So I think they need to expand it to some outside of the US franchise winners.
I feel like that's just the first combination of anything that they do is always gonna have the US girls.
Yeah.
But seeing that the Vivian was part of this cast, it's a great sign that in future they will bring like international winners as well.
Bring those two worlds together because it was really good. I think it was such a good season, and I love this format. I love these queens being able to just show themselves, and the fact that none of them got eliminated, and I think it's a great piece to what's it called, to like, I think what they did about not showing negative critique was a good way to really keep these queens namesake, I guess you can say. And I like that. I think they should do that for any winners because once you add a negative critique and you show that, like the you can influence perception deeply. So I think just keeping all of them more in the positive scope, I think would be a good move moving forward, honestly.
I will say that I would like for that star system to be transferred over to regular Drag Race because I would love to see. But then the cast cannot be that big. That's the only thing because I cannot sit through 14, 15 looks every week. However, I do like that. I think All Stars should be that system across the board where like the girls can come and show their outfits and just gain stars and the way this was done was perfect. We got to see beautiful drag every week. We got to see beautiful performances. The cast was perfect. So I think All Stars should keep this star system going because it was very enjoyable to see. And eliminations are cool, but keep that for regular Drag Race. Like, I feel like this format of this All Stars was very like perfect, and they should keep it. They shouldn't throw it away. Overall, I really love this season. This was probably my favorite season of Drag Race ever.
I am obsessed. Amazing.
Like this season was so good. All the queens were so good, and everybody really gave it their all. And it was just beautiful to see so much beautiful elevated drag.
Drag, yeah.
Elevated.
Excellent.
It was so elevated. Oh my god! Like this was All Stars. Like
for sure.
This was definitely queens of all queens. And shout out to Jinx Monsoon for winning and getting that crown.
Monsoon season.
Well, next is Celebrity Drag Race.
Yes, and I needed you right there, little girl. I'm looking at you. You need to fucking start watching Canada's Drag Race and
we need
Drag Race Down Under. Drag Race Down Under just started, and Canada's Drag Race is like on its 3rd episode. And honestly, Canada's Drag Race is kind of giving. At first, it was not giving. Like I thought these bitches.
Should I start watching it and we should recap it?
Yeah, if you actually get into it. Like I just don't know when their episodes drop. I thought it was today.
I always get the wow. I always get the wow notifications, like new episode of Canada's Drag Race is available now. So I'm gonna try to catch up, and hopefully by next week we can start recapping it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really, these queens are good. I have some of my queens who I think are gonna progress really far.
Okay.
I have some thoughts.
Your Pokemons. Okay. Well, everybody, thank you so much. We love you so much for listening every week. Follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at The Talk Podcast to stay updated with everything The Talk. We also post some Drag Race related news, some LGBTQ related news, because this is just a space for queerdos, like our queen Evie said, and especially queerdos of color. Okay,
Thank you.
Voss, if you're listening. But again, thank you so much for listening. We love you. Leave us a review. Give us a thumbs up. Give us 5 stars. Give us something. Give us something, Chad. We love you so much. And until next week, bye.
Bye.